And welcome back. I'm your host, Mr. Magic, here on Backstage with my guest, the Riddler. Rowdy Piper has left the building. So the reason why we're going to go to your other persona is because we're going to talk about the rap that you have done.
Sure.
Who would you say in the industry, whether it be here locally or internationally, would be the one rapper that you heard one day and said, you know what, that's what I want to do?
It's interesting. There are a few people, obviously going back, but somebody that springs immediately to mind is Method Man of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes.
Redman, Reggie Noble. Those are the artists, again, without dating myself.
No, that's okay,
in my
man.
era,
that's all right. Man's only 35 years old. Don't worry about it.
Black Thought of the Roots.
Yes.
Obviously with my band DIA, we take some influence from them. I just, growing up listening to artists that performed over really rugged, grimy hip-hop tracks, that kind of production. Also have to say Snoop Dogg back in the day, listening to that Dr. Dre type production. So that was always funky and musical as well. Redman always used a lot of P-Funk in his music, so it had just sort of a timeless sound to it.
Right.
But then going back to the roots, when you can pull all of that together and put it over a live band, I think that's what's crystallized in my mind, that I would want to be an MC that performs with a band, because nothing really creates that same kind of energy.
And you and I are on the same page with that in regards to anytime like I want to hear or be at a concert, a live band will always resonate within myself as what music should be about. I mean, don't get me wrong. People, if they're going to do it off tracks, if they've got good quality recordings, and everything else, it works.
Yep.
But there's nothing like a very tight-knit live band that practices together, rehearses together. Now, notice I said practice and rehearse.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes.
Okay, because you have to deal with that yourself.
Definitely.
It's one thing to have the band come and practice. It's a whole nother story when you got to rehearse.
Yeah, there's a fine difference.
There's fine difference to get that niche correctly. Now, we know there's a movie coming out shortly, talking about Ice Cube and Eazy and these guys,
Straight Outta
Compton.
Yeah.
Are you going to see this movie? As far as the history of this band and where they came from,
Yeah,
or do you recommend people should actually check it out as well?
Well, without having seen it myself, I've only seen a lot of the promotion around it. But yeah, I mean, if you as a fan of hip hop, particularly the younger generation that only gets to see some of the latest stuff, which frankly doesn't nearly represent the struggle like music back then did.
Yes.
If anything, now it celebrates, I don't want to get too deep on it, but I think a lot of the popular hip hop music right now is a lot more narcissistic. It celebrates the me culture.
Yes.
Where back then, I think the message was, the we culture, particularly
exactly.
the plight of we.
Exactly, because if you see the excerpts of the show, where they're actually talking about the struggles that they went through coming out of Compton. I mean, because a lot of people may not realize that they are talking about the actual Dr. Dre, who does the Beats headphones, who is now a billionaire. He started from the streets of Compton.
Absolutely.
Along with Ice Cube.
Eazy-E, MC Ren. The list goes on.
Okay.
So yeah, to answer your question in short, I think a lot.
What do you mean it's short, man? You took 20 minutes to answer that question.
That's one of my favorite ways to wrap it up.
Okay, that's good.
You don't have to wrap it up box on this show, right?
No. But yeah, you'll slice.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Without a doubt. Now I also, segueing onto that, I was maybe a little bit influenced back then by one of the negative elements of hip hop, the divisiveness. Okay. Right. So because there was this whole hyped up East Coast, West Coast thing.
Right, yes.
I felt like I gravitated to the artists on the East Coast and closed my ears to a lot of the stuff that was ringing out on the West Coast. In hindsight, it's amazing music. Yeah. Amazing musicality, Yeah. So yeah, I have to shout out to Dr. Dre and Ice Cube as well, because when I think about people that I listened to back then, or people that I saw perform, those are the kinds of performances that I wanted to emulate. And it would be totally remiss of me not to mention the late great Old Dirty Bastard, ODB. Yeah. Sorry if you have to edit that out. But you want to talk about an artist that gave all of the spirit, and they were 99% spirit probably like, you know, 1% actual technique.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are artists that I have to pay homage to on both sides of the coast.
Okay, so again, we're talking to the Riddler, you know, the rapper, you know, and
the
then
MC actually.
Well, yeah, the MC,
yeah.
you know, and then we take off the other hat, you know. So you're doing soca, you've done the MC. What's the other niche in between all that?
Well, recently, I've tried to do a little bit of singing. I have sort of a baritone voice. I sang growing up. I grew up in the church, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You had to do choir stuff like that, and that's singing in a group. Know your role.
Yes.
Know your part. But it was actually through drama that I probably gained more confidence in my singing voice. Now, even though I didn't actually do the show, I auditioned for a musical and was encouraged. You know, yeah, you have a decent voice. Why not just go in confidently? So yeah, the other angle is, you know, trying to do a little bit of singing. So you might hear me on some future releases.
Okay.
You know, doing some sort of R&B type singing in between my rapping, because that's still my, you know,
well, hey, listen,
that's still my main.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got the rap, you got the soca. You know, why not do R&B? I mean, across the board.
People, legends like Mos Def, Yassine Bey. You know, those are other people that also influenced me heavily. And they just show you to push the envelope. Yeah. You know, to push the limit. If you got it in your spirit, you know, you're doing the world a disservice.
And you mentioned Mos Def, but a lot of people don't know. I mean, yeah, he's an actor. We've seen him in movies and this, that, and the other. But yeah, he does spoken word that you would not believe.
Also recently discovered that he's also a stand-up comic.
Well, yes, that he has done.
So
yeah,
know,
he has done as well. So
talk about multi-talented, multifaceted. Yeah. You know, like I said, if you have it in your spirit, you should just deliver it. I also have to say, you know, big up to Patrice Riff Haywood, you know, to Patricia Nesbitt,
yes,
you know, to Roy Sandil, and all of the people that have guided me through my journey in drama, because I've done some acting as well. You know, thanks to those great companies, those great theater companies, yes, that have sort of set up things for young Bermudians to be able to have some exposure to theater as well. Yeah. So, you know, I enjoy performing. Okay. You know.
All right. And on that note, he enjoys performing, so we're going to find out where he's going from this point. Is he going to settle down as a R&B singer? Is he going to settle down as a... We're not talking to you right now. I'm talking to them.
I can answer the question early.
Well, we're going to find out more when we come back. He already said no. So let's see where he's actually going, and if it's not going to be just be here on The Rock, if it's going overseas, we'll find out right after this. So please come back. Stay tuned.